Now, members of the squad, one thing that I told each and every single one of you is that in the lead up to the Queen's Jubilee, we'll be seeing a lot of manipulations. Manipulations by the tabloids, and it's happening, members of the squad, it's happening. What I said would happen is already happening. Now, members of the squad, this is what has happened. Remember first what I said. I said that abusers will want you to come back. At first, they can't control themselves from being abusive. But one thing that they'll do is that when you're there, they'll try to be, okay, look, we're good to you. We're writing these nice articles about you. We want to reconcile with you. We want to get back with you. And we see that's happening right now. Now, members of the squad, this is it. First of all, the Express wrote an article saying this. A tabloid in the UK said this. Queen told to rethink Jubilee balcony snub, as there's a desire to have Prince Harry back. And then the second thing that I saw today is the fact that also Piers Morgan said this, members of the squad. Allow me to talk about this because it's something that I've been talking about for a long time. Piers Morgan talks about reconciling with Meghan Markle despite ripping beloved prince away. Now, members of the squad, I have a lot of things to say about this, a lot of things. But first, I think the perfect thing would be to start with this article from the Express saying that the Queen told to rethink Jubilee balcony snub as there's a desire to have Prince Harry back. Now, members of the squad, first of all, in Prince Harry's statement that he's bringing Meghan and the kids to come to the Queen's Jubilee for the Queen's Jubilee celebrations to meet the Queen. And members of the squad, as we know that keeps on happening is the fact that these tabloids have to manipulate people. They manipulate the public and just to, incite hate towards Prince Harry and Meghan. And we're seeing that playing out right now. In Prince Harry's statement, he never mentioned the fact that he wanted to be in any balcony. And if any single person thinks the fact that the Queen has, somehow snubbed Harry by saying that only working royals will be at the balcony, when we know perfectly well the fact that royals don't even work, they cut ribbons. They don't work, they cut ribbons and leech off of taxpayer money. So that working royal staff is just, an insult to the British public in itself. A form of manipulation to the British public to make people think that the royals actually work, when in fact, what they do is cut ribbons and post for pictures for the tabloids. That is the definition of work for the royal family. And members of the squad, let me read some comments in the comment section about this, article. So, the booing and the failed host show has shown them what the public really feels about the Jubilee. They know the only way folks care about is if they put Harry and Meghan there. Yet they have repeatedly shot themselves in the feet. The train has bolted. So, I once said this recently, that the tabloids are the ones that want Harry at the balcony. It's not Harry and Meghan's loss at being at the, a royal balcony that Harry and Meghan never ever said they wanted to be there. But it was used and said, the royal family, the courtiers, they said, this is like a snub to Harry and Meghan. But Harry and Meghan never said they wanted to be even in the balcony in the first place. They are coming for the Queen to meet LILIBET Diana and to see baby Archie. And what we are seeing right now, this insults, the form of manipulation, is what was expected to happen. This is what is happening right now. And they're now seeing the fact that the only way people will care is if Harry and Meghan would be at that balcony. No one else would care. Because let's face it, once Prince Harry and Meghan arrive to the UK, they don't just come alone. They come with the world media. Because no one else would have cared about the Queen's Jubilee if Harry and Meghan are not coming. And members of the squad, someone else says this, that it's not a snub. Yahoo News said this, that it was Harry and Meghan that told the Queen that they don't want to be on the balcony. The British media are desperate. They signal right and turn left. Harry and Meghan are the true jewels in the crown. I agree with that. I remember the fact that the Daily Express was the one that conducted the poll that would you boo Meghan and Harry if they appeared on the palace balcony? And now that the fact that Prince William is the one that has been booed by thousands in a stadium and watched by millions during the FA Cup final between Liverpool and Chelsea, now they're trying to say, hey, why can't Harry and Meghan, the Queen, just let Harry and Meghan be or appear at the balcony? It's not even William and Kate don't want Harry and Meghan at the balcony. Charles does not want Harry and Meghan at the balcony. The tabloids, they want Harry and Meghan at the balcony. And I remember saying this before. And what we are seeing right now is the open admission for them of what they want, of their intentions. Like someone said here, the fact that the tabloids are desperate to get Harry and Meghan on that balcony. So in the event that the public actually boos, they blame it on Harry and Meghan. And I'm actually glad the fact that Harry and Meghan won't be on that balcony, because the reality is the person that has been booed by the public himself is Prince William. No matter how much the royal family tries to cover that up, that's never ever going to wash off. Never, 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 ever. Millions of people watched it. Millions of people watched it. And the royal family can never ever hide that fact. Now, members of the squad, the other thing that I wanted to talk about is this one-sided feud by Piers Morgan. First of all, his ratings are tanking. His ratings are tanking by the day. Perhaps the only thing that keeps his Talk TV, whatever, Piers Unwatched, whatever, the only thing that keeps it afloat is the fact that they are talking about Meghan. In every single segment, they have to make up any story. And one thing that I also wanted to think about, that I was thinking about, is the fact that the tabloids are anxiously awaiting for content from Harry and Meghan, because that's the only way that they can make any money. The only way, by talking about Harry and Meghan. Now, apparently, this person, Piers Unwatched, who nobody is watching his show anymore, apparently, the only thing that keeps him afloat is talking about Meghan, is apparently this sick, disgusting obsession that he has with Meghan, Duchess of Sussex. So he's saying that he wants to reconcile with Meghan. Now, members of the squad, how can you reconcile with someone who doesn't even know who you are? Someone who has never acknowledged you in public, like ever. You know, this person, Piers Morgan, you know, whenever I talk about this person, I have to mention the fact that this person, according to court documents by Byline Times, he developed a fixation over Princess Diana, over Major James Hewitt's relationship with Princess Diana. And fast forward 20 years later, was it 30 years later, he has developed an obsession over Meghan's relationship with Prince Harry. So this person is a predator. Piers Morgan is a predator. And some would say a sexual predator, because this obsession that he has with Meghan, the fixation that he has with Meghan, is now moving from just harassment to sexual harassment at this level. And now, members of the squad, this person is complaining, saying that Meghan ripped beloved Prince Harry away from the royal family. Members of the squad, let's go back to what Prince Harry said in the past. I pleaded with the tabloids once as a boyfriend. I then pleaded with them once as a husband, and then as a father. And time again, they still went after his wife Meghan. They bullied her. The same person who wrote an article that Meghan should go back to America is complaining that, saying that Prince Harry has been ripped away by Meghan to America, and that apparently the public doesn't like that, including him, apparently. And now, members of the squad, this is just sick and disgusting. You know, the Bible says the fact that when a husband should leave, you know, their father's home and go with his dearly beloved and live somewhere else, where they two shall become one. What God has put together, let no man attempt to separate. Let no person attempt to separate. And the tabloids cannot hide the fact that they have been trying and failing for so many years to separate and break apart the marriage of Prince Harry to Meghan, with Meghan. And the weapon that they've used is, the bullying of Meghan in their attempts, in the hopes and the attempt that Meghan would say, enough is enough. I don't deserve it. I had a good life before I met Prince Harry. I was earning $50,000 an episode. I flew around the world with my passport, and I had a website blog, The Tig, that made me $80,000 an episode, and actually a year, sorry. And I lived a good life. I traveled across the world with my passport. I was free. Nobody was bullying me. No one was smearing my name. No one was insulting me. Every single person who met me only had nice things to say about me. Actually, they still do, even up to now. Any person who meets Meghan only ever has nice things to say about Meghan. And now, members of the squad, Meghan had a good life. She had a good life. She made $50,000 an episode in Suits, made $80,000 per year from our website blog, The Tig, traveled across the world, posting pictures of different countries around the world, and she loved it. She had a good life, that's a fact. Lived in her own place when Prince Harry came to visit her. She had a very, very fantastic life. And now, they're complaining, these people are complaining that apparently Meghan took Prince Harry away. If only they had treated Meghan with just an ounce of dignity. Dignity, something that the tabloids who promote hate for profit will never ever understand the definition or meaning of treating women with dignity. They never understand that. If only the royal family, the farm, had treated Meghan with dignity, then they would still be there. If they had only listened to Prince Harry, who pleaded with them when Meghan was pregnant with Archie to cut out the abuse. Harry wrote a letter to the tabloids to ask them while Meghan was pregnant. I remember that perfectly clearly. Remember what Meghan said. Even Prince Harry, he did every single thing to calm the tabloids down. He asked them to cut it out, even when Meghan was pregnant with Archie. And they didn't. And now you hear Piers Morgan complaining that Meghan took their beloved prince away. Let me ask you a question. Did Piers Morgan intend on marrying Prince Harry? Did he want a relationship with Prince Harry? Is that it? Did he want Prince Harry to be his spouse or something? Is that what he wanted? Because let me remind you what Meghan said, after she had get back to Archie. She said, look, any woman, especially when they're pregnant, you are really vulnerable. So that was really challenging. She told Tom Bradby. And when you have a newborn, especially as a woman, it's a lot. She continues. But also thank you for asking, because not many people have asked if I'm okay. Now, Bradby then asked whether it's fair to say that she's not okay. She said, yes, she replied. Prince Harry did every single thing in his power to stop the tabloids coming after Meghan. Even the fact that when Meghan was still his girlfriend, he had to write a letter condemning the racist undertones by the tabloid. The fact that 70 members of parliament, as Prince Harry said in the Oprah interview, had called out the tabloids for the colonial and racist undertones targeting Meghan. Yet his family, the Queen, Charles, William, they never said anything. That hurt Prince Harry, as Prince Harry said in the Oprah interview. Yet, we should all ignore that. Ignore every single thing that happened. Ignore every single initiative that Prince Harry took to try and keep his family, his wife, safe. Because apparently, Piers Morgan's feelings have been hurt because Meghan took Harry away. Did Piers Morgan want a relationship with Prince Harry? Is that what he wanted? Did Piers Morgan, the same person whom according to court documents developed a fixation over Princess Diana's relationship with Major James Hewitt, did he want also to obsess over Harry as well? Is Harry whom he wanted? Actually, no. His obsession is with Meghan. That is whom he obsesses over. Now, even someone did an article saying this. Allow me to talk about this actually. Someone did an article saying, can British tabloids please leave Meghan Markle alone? And someone said this, that it's hard to feel sorry for a member of the literal aristocracy. But Meghan Markle makes a pretty good case for it. Since marrying Prince Harry, the former actress has faced an onslaught of vicious tabloid attacks in the UK, far crueler than any sustained by Prince William's wife, Kate Middleton, over her 8 years as a Duchess. And as a matter of fact, actually, those comments directed at Meghan are mostly racist. At times, it has felt like Meghan's only real ally is Beyonce, which is admittedly extremely cool. Now, members of the squad, remember what had happened. Remember exactly what had happened in the past. Meghan, they expected her to put up with their stuff, to put up with their bullying, like Piers Morgan's obsession with Meghan on national TV, bullying her every single day for ratings. Every single day, they expected her to take it because they don't see people of color, black people, as human beings. And I want to tell them, Meghan is a human being. We black people, we are human beings. We have feelings, we have emotions. No matter how many times you attempt to disregard our emotions, we have emotions and we have feelings. And it hurts. It hurts to see how Meghan has been treated by the institution and the tabloids themselves. And Harry and Meghan leaving, they did a fantastic, remarkable job by packing up and leaving. And I once said the fact that these people, what abusers will normally do is that they'll say, hey, look, if you come back, we're going to reconcile. That's what we're seeing about Piers Morgan in his one-sided obsession and insults directed towards Prince Harry and Meghan every single week. Ever since Talk TV began, with the lowest ratings, actually, the lowest ever ratings, plummeting, completely plummeting. Nobody is watching it. The only thing perhaps that, could be keeping it afloat is this hate content that the tabloids have, monetized hate in the UK. And they've directed that hate towards, Prince Harry and Meghan. That apparently might be the only content that they've been using to keep it afloat at this moment, because the ratings completely are tanking. Nobody is watching Piers. Nobody is watching him. And so what he says is the fact that he wants an interview with Meghan. He wants an interview with Meghan. And yesterday we talked about stalkers, members of the squad. We talked about stalkers yesterday. We say the fact that you must never ever, these people about stalkers, you must never ever ignore a stalker. A stalker should be given full attention, especially one that with a motive. Piers Morgan is having this fixation towards Meghan. He has a fixation towards Meghan. And it's been going on for so long. Now, obviously, Meghan has ignored him for so long. And I must say, with the tabloids you ignore. People like the tabloids, you have to do every single thing in your power to ignore them, like Piers Morgan, like the rest of the tabloids, because the more you ignore them, as you can see right now, they are probably losing their minds right now. The fact that Meghan continues to ignore them. And now they are begging for an interview with Meghan. Because let's face it, an interview with Meghan will bring in millions and millions of viewers. And Piers Unwatched right now desperately, so desperately needs to be acknowledged by Meghan, Duchess of Sussex. And the fact that Meghan is ignoring him, I think this strategy is really working. In this respect, it's working. Because you can see that this person clearly has lost his mind. And people are finally seeing Prince Morgan's obsession with Meghan for what he truly is and what is currently happening right now. And what we're seeing right now is the fact that abusers, they're like, if you come back, we'll reconcile. If you come back, we'll do this and that. Even the Express, as you've seen, if you come back, listen, the Queen needs to change her mind and let, Prince Harry and Meghan back into the balcony. They'll write these kinds of articles. They'll try, and I won't be surprised if they write positive articles once Harry and Meghan arrive in the UK, just for, let's say, a day or an hour. But one thing about abusers that you should always know is the fact that immediately you walk into an abusive environment, what you can expect shall always be abuse. That's what you'd always expect. Abuse. And members of the squad, that's why I keep praying for Harry and Meghan, because when they are in the UK, there are things that even as fans, what we can simply do is that correct any lies being told about them, misinformation, and call out abuse when we see it, because you can't let abuse or even a lie fester. You can't let that happen. Because Piers Morgan is saying like that, if she did an interview like this with me, it would be very, very interesting. Clearly, he wants an interview with Meghan. He wants an interview. That he's made his intentions clear. He wants an interview with Meghan. And with his tanking ratings at Piers Unwatched, clearly, you understand why. You understand why. And he has made that perfectly clear. He wants an interview. Normally, what he does is the fact that he normally bullies people, writes negative press about them, and then forces them into meeting him. And after he meets them, he then proceeds to write positive things about them. He's done that with Ariana Grande. He did that with Madonna. When Madonna said that she had been raped, Piers Morgan said, I don't believe her. He then asked for an interview, which Madonna said, I'll give you an interview. Eventually, the interview didn't happen. But he went after her many times because he wanted an interview with it was Madonna or Lady Gaga. I think it was one of them, Lady Gaga or Madonna. I'm not sure about the two. I think mostly it was Lady Gaga, because Lady Gaga in the Me You Can't See said that she was a victim of rape. So, members of the squad, it was Lady Gaga. And that's what happened, members of the squad. Normally, he goes people, he writes negative press about them, then proceeds to, when they meet him, he writes glowing things about them. Like Ariana Grande after the Manchester bombing. He wrote negative press about Ariana Grande. Then Ariana Grande had, lunch with him, met with him. And then he wrote glowing things about Ariana Grande. That's normally what he does. Like the attempt at bullying someone into submission. This is what I've been talking about. Bullying someone into submission. They are trying to, bully Meghan into submission, into forcing Meghan into meeting them, into forcing Meghan into doing an interview with them, because it will help the likes of Piers Morgan with ratings that they've never ever had, because nobody is watching his show anymore and he needs Meghan. That's why he talks about Meghan so many times. Even complains about the fact that Harry and Meghan talk about, equality. Members of the squad, seriously. Wouldn't you want any single person to make sure that this world is, is full of, equality, has equality, people have, equal rights? Wouldn't you want any single person in a position of privilege to talk about that? Apparently, even that is too much for the tabloids. They get upset about any single thing that Harry and Meghan do, any single thing. Then they blow it out of proportion, which is what the likes of Piers Morgan have done and continue to do. And members of the squad, the fact that they have brainwashed the public to believing that it's okay to have the royal family that leeches off of the taxpayer money, that in itself tells you what the problem lies. This invisible contract that they have with the royal family. And what's happening is just what I expected to happen. Our business will be like, we can get back together. Oh, you're coming. You know what? I'll be so kind to you. I'll reconcile with you. This is what typical abusers are like. But once you come to a position, to a place where there's abuse, what you can always expect is that the abusers will always be abusive. And the tabloids will never be able to control their racism directed towards Prince Harry and Meghan. That's a fact. They will never ever be able to handle or even control their racism towards Meghan, especially towards Meghan. And Meghan has always been their target. Imagine complaining that her husband packed up and went to live in America with his wife. Like seriously. Think about that for a second. A man should leave his home. Harry's family is his wife, his children, Archie and LILIBET. That is his family. Now, because saying that, are you aware that when you rip the beloved prince away from the bosom of his family, who is Prince Harry's family? These people don't understand who Harry's family is. Harry's family, remember the interview that Prince Harry also did with Tom Bradby? He said that, now that I have a family to protect, I will protect them. Harry's family is his wife Meghan and his two kids Archie and LILIBET. That is his family. The others are his extended family. The royal family, Prince William, Prince Charles, they're now his extended family. His family is his wife Meghan, his son Archie, and his daughter LILIBET. And what we're seeing is just pathetic from the tabloids, pathetic from Piers Morgan. The obsession, the manipulations that they keep on heaping towards the public. This fixation is completely sick. It's a matter of sickness. It's very, very sick. And it's predatory behavior that must never ever be entertained. It must be called out. His behavior must be called out. Of course, Piers Morgan, wants publicity. He wants people to talk about him. He wants engagement. That's what he likes. He likes that so much. He likes that so much. But people must never be afraid to call out his obsession with Meghan, his fixation over the fact that he was obsessed with Harry's mother. Now he obsesses over his wife. Who's next? Is 11-month-old daughter? Is that next? Because that seems to be the route where we are going. When Piers Morgan is 90 years old or 98 years old, he'll be obsessing over LILIBET Diana, apparently, at this point. And this is the type of, generational suffering that Prince Harry was talking about. Generational suffering. They wanted Harry there, not because they love him. They don't want Harry there because they miss him or they love him. They want them there because they want to fully destroy Prince Harry. I was talking about this today with a friend, and I said to him. The royal family, the tabloids, they haven't completed their task. Their goal is to destroy people's lives. As Meghan said, that their aim is to profit over people's pain. Their goal is to destroy. Harry and Meghan, going off to America, being happy, the Inviters Games, receiving a standing ovation, while Prince William is being booed. Prince William gets booed, Harry received a standing ovation. Everywhere he goes, the Inviters Games, the Global Citizen Vax Live in New York that he went with Meghan when he said, "My wife and I," the crowd, they cheered so much with so much joy and happiness. That is the jealousy. The royal family is jealous about that. And they want completely to destroy Harry and Meghan. They want to destroy him. They want to destroy both of them. And the fact that they haven't been able to do it, that's why they keep on going after them time and time again. They want to make sure the fact that no one is able, no organization, not Netflix, not Spotify, no person wants to work with Harry and Meghan. They want Harry and Meghan to be cancelled. So, and this is actually from even the people who are against cancel culture. People like Piers Morgan are railing against cancel culture again, unless it's against towards Harry and Meghan, whom they are so desperate to make sure that they get cancelled. Because what did they tell their readers? They told their readers that Harry and Meghan would come back to the UK groveling, begging for money. Begging for money. Harry would come back alone, without his wife, his children, and beg the royal family for money and just come back. That's what they were hoping. And the strategy has always been one, to go after his wife. That has always been the strategy, to go after Meghan, in the hopes that Meghan actually sees the fact that I don't deserve this. Because that's the vibe that I'm getting. Like, I had a good life before I met Prince Harry. I was traveling the world. They're trying to get to Meghan. They're trying to bully her into leaving Harry. And then say, "Hey, look, Harry, we told you she'd leave you." That's what they're trying to do. That's why they're calling in the likes of Donald Trump, who's never met Harry or Meghan. Actually, who's never met Meghan. That's why they're calling people on their talk show, the celebrities, that for you to get publicity, you have to ask a question or, throw a jab or an insult towards Harry and Meghan. People who nobody even remembers or knows their name are trying to use Harry and Meghan's name for publicity and for clout. And that's why we are seeing people from chefs to celebrities being called in, that people nobody knows their names, and being asked, "Hey, would you do this? What do you think about Harry leaving as a senior member of the royal family?" Harry made the right decision to leave as a senior member of the royal family. The toxic media in the UK are one which, if you keep on entertaining it, it can cause serious mental damage to your mental health. Like what it did to Meghan, driving her to the point of contemplating taking her own life. Like what it did to Caroline Flack, who committed suicide. Like what it did to Princess Diana, chased to her death. And Princess talks about this in The Me You Can't See. The tabloids are very, very dangerous people. What they were doing to Meghan should never be done to any human being on earth. And I'm always glad that Prince Harry and Meghan left. Piers, with his fixation and his obsession with Meghan, is just, resuscitating things. He couldn't get Harry's mother. Now he wants his wife. Now he obsesses and fawns over his wife, attempting to bully her into submission, bully her for ratings, and clearly it's not working. It's failing. As a matter of fact, his ratings are plummeted, I tell you, and completely plummeted. It's a disaster, even for Piers Morgan. A disaster. And as a matter of fact, apparently, someone said this about, Piers Morgan Talk TV show, that the star presenter has even been beaten by ratings by GP propaganda. Rupert Murdoch's own channel faces crisis after a month on air, and that there is an inquest at Piers Morgan's Talk TV show. It makes perfect sense. It makes perfect sense why he wants an interview with Meghan. With these numbers, clearly you understand why he wants an interview with Meghan. You understand why. And I'm glad that in one thing that I'm glad about is that Meghan is paying these people zero attention. Is giving them no attention. I said yesterday the fact that a stalker with a motive should not be ignored. But in this case, with Piers Morgan, this strategy is working. I'd be concerned if, for instance, like Thomas Markle Jr., if he was going at places where Harry and Meghan are, then that to me would be a huge problem, even for me. That would be a very, very much huge problem. But with Piers Morgan, apparently it looks like it's working. With Piers Morgan, it's working. He's so desperate. He's really, really desperate. He's so desperate for attention, for engagement. Meghan, just look at me. Meghan, just give me an interview. Give me an interview. Let's reconcile. Just give me an interview. Just one interview. That's all I'm asking for. Just one interview. And it's failing. It's not working. Meghan is paying him zero attention. Zero attention. And you love to see it. And the tabloids want Harry and Meghan at the balcony. They want them so much. Because even right now, they are afraid that they won't get a picture of baby LILIBET, Diana, Archie, Harry, and Meghan together. They'll do everything in their power to get that picture. They'll do every single thing because that is the $1 million picture. That's the $1 million photo. If anybody can get that photo, they'll be making a lot of money. And that's why I believe that they'll be on high alert. They'll have cameras outside of Harry's home. They'll do every single thing in their power to find a way to get that photo. And someone also said this, the fact that if the Queen can't protect Harry, his own grandson, then who can? And members of the squad, even right now, when the tabloids are practically using the Queen by saying the fact that the Queen should rethink Jubilee balcony snub as there's a desire to have Harry back. The Queen did not make this decision. I don't believe one bit that the Queen made this decision. I believe this decision was made by Prince Charles and Prince William. They do not want Harry and Meghan on the balcony. Harry and Meghan always upstage them. And in the royal family, what we've learned is the fact that jealousy, is a lot in the royal family. Especially when someone upstages, someone who's a direct heir to the throne, like William or Charles, they are very, very much jealous. Charles was known to be very, very jealous of the affection that Diana received from the public. And clearly now, apparently, even he is jealous about the attention that Harry and Meghan are receiving, alongside Camilla as well. And that's why they're even so afraid about Prince Harry's memoir, that it might mention about Camilla. I don't know what Camilla did, but what she must have done must have been so wrong that the tabloids are so afraid about what Harry might say about Camilla. Now, let's also wait for Prince Harry's, memoir. Now, someone called Auntie Grace said this about, this article by The Express about, the Queen told to rethink Jubilee balcony snub as there's the desire to have Harry back, that I told you they want Harry and Meghan on that balcony so that the MAGA 7 don't get booed. And I couldn't agree more. And someone said that Harry and Meghan bringing the big bucks, the others not so much. Someone called Sarah said, they've tried everything. So now they just resort to, please, please, with an emoji, please be there, be at the balcony, please, Harry, be at the balcony. They're trying to do everything that they can. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm glad that Harry and Meghan, first of all, are living their lives in Montecito, California, and far away from these people. And as they go to the Queen's Jubilee, I pray that God's blessings may be upon them, that God may protect them and take good care of them, because they need God's protection. And that the tabloids also don't get a single picture of Archie, Harry, Meghan, or LILIBET. That's also what I'm really, really seriously hoping for. They don't get a picture, because that's $1 million picture. And they would do every single thing that they can to get that picture. I sincerely hope that if they go and see the Queen, they do it privately, and the Queen, they take a picture with the Queen, and that it just remains with them. That the tabloids don't get a picture to plaster on their front pages. I sincerely hope that to be the case. And judging from why they want, Prince Harry at the balcony, clearly they're desperate. They're desperate. They're afraid that after William was just booed, they're trying to find a way to protect William in the event that the public does boo at the Queen's Jubilee, the balcony. They are so afraid. And someone even said that, well, are they afraid that people are going to boo? And for that reason, they need a scapegoat from Harry, called Silver Lady. Said that they need Harry. They want Harry. They want their scapegoat back. Abusers want the people that they abuse back. And Harry and Meghan, I just hope that when they come to the UK, they just go back, home as soon as possible. Their home is in Montecito, California, far away from these people. They visit the Queen, and the tabloids don't even get one picture of Harry and Meghan, not even one picture. I'm sorry, as much as I know that would be very, very much impossible or difficult, but I sincerely hope that doesn't happen. I sincerely hope that doesn't happen. I know that's asking for too much, but I sincerely hope the tabloids don't get what they want. They don't get what they want. Now, with that and so much more, members of the squad, thank you so much for staying tuned to this podcast. Thank you for liking, subscribing, and give me your thoughts about these articles by the Daily Express and this about Piers Morgan's fixation with Meghan. His obsession with Meghan continues. The same Daily Express wrote a royal poll that, would you boo Meghan and Harry if they appear in the palace balcony? Now they're begging for Harry and Meghan to be at the balcony. Tell me what you think about this, members of the squad. I want to hear your input on this matter. Now, with that and so much more, stay tuned to our next video. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button for daily and consistent content. May God bless your families, members of the squad. The royal family is afraid of seeing Prince William booed again, and now they need their scapegoats back. Harry and Meghan, don't entertain abusers. Don't believe in abusers, because abusers will always be abusive, and that they just want you back there because they want to abuse you. Don't give them the pleasure of getting what they want. And I'm sure that Harry and Meghan already know this. I'm sure that they already know this. And one thing Harry and Meghan did, they packed up and they left. Harry took his wife and child far away from toxic, abusive media. And he did the right thing. He did the perfect thing. Never entertain abuse. If the tabloids want so desperately to be abusive, then perhaps they can keep those abuse towards themselves and leave Harry and Meghan alone, and see how much they would like it if it was done to, the tabloids themselves and their families, and leave Harry and Meghan alone. Leave Harry and Meghan alone. Leave Harry and Meghan alone. Members of the squad, let's remain vigilant. The Queen's Jubilee is approaching, and Lilibet's birthday is also approaching. Lilibet Diana's birthday is also approaching. Let us remain vigilant. Let us correct any misinformation and call out the hypocrisy of the tabloids and the UK royal family, the farm. With that and so much more, Harry is no longer the scapegoat for the farm. He is not. He left. He packed up. He left. Stay tuned to our next video. You won't use him like that anymore. You won't. The farm will not use Harry like they want to use him anymore. Stay tuned to our next video. Hello, members of Zesco Family TV. First of all, I want to say thank you for all your support that you give us to our channel. We don't take it for granted that you support this channel. I want to say thank you from the bottom of our hearts for lending out your support and fighting against injustices, supporting Prince Harry and Meghan, showing them love, Love will always triumph over evil, and for that I say thank you. Good will always prevail over bad. Thank you so much for all your support. Thank you so much for joining this community, this amazing community of Zesco Family TV. I love you so much, family, from the bottom of my heart, and I wish you all the best. May you have a great day, and I hope that you enjoyed this video and learned a lot of things. With that and so much more, stay tuned to our next video. Leave a comment below, like and subscribe. Love you, family, always and forever. Sayonara.